Hi, I'm David Cooper from ePianos and Genous Tipsters, and I wanted to go through some of the differences the new SX900 has to the Genous. The Genous came out November 17, so it's been out for a little while now, and the SX900 just being launched has got many of the features of Genous, but it has got a few cut-back features too, which I want to explain to you. So first of all, we'll start off with the keyboard. The keyboard on the Genous is 76 notes, 6 1/4 octaves. And on the SX900 it's a 61 note 5 octave keyboard, so there's no choice on both of them. That's how you get them, 5 octaves on the SX900 and 76 on the Genous. Super articulation 2 is another great effect which Genous gives you. It's not on the SX900, so the articulation 2 means that you get some extra touch controls, and they're on sounds like flugelhorn, saxophone, clarinet, and you'll get more control with your playability on the feature. But with the 900 you just get super articulation, which is still really good. You just miss a few of those really great sounds that the Genous offers you. Another simple difference, the assignable buttons, the ones that you can use to allocate a certain adjustment on the keyboard, touch of a button to a certain section. There are 7 on the Genous and just 6 on the SX900. Now the Genous also has what's called an FSX keyboard. The keyboard is a great keyboard feel-wise, but it has aftertouch. The SX900 doesn't have the aftertouch. Storage is a big difference as well. On the Genous you get 58 gigabytes of memory, whereas on the SX900 it's just 4 gigabytes. Expansion memory is different too. On the Genous you've got 2 gig of expansion memory, just 1 gig on the SX900. Now one of the things that currently is different on the SX900 is they brought a new looper feature. The looper is brilliant for looping chords. Every registration memory of each bank gives you the option of 8 different chord sequences, and these are great. You can have a chorus, a verse, a middle 8. You could have a whole choice of songs built into each registration button, and once you've played the chord sequence in once, that stays in the memory, and you can keep going back and looping different ones in order. It's just a touch of a button and the chord sequence starts again. You can even play back the chord sequence, change the tempo or the transposition, and you can jump between styles. So there's loads of things you can do within that chord sequence, and that's something which the Genous currently doesn't have. Now there is a firmware update coming out in October, and we're hoping to see that the Genous then gets the looper still as well, but at the moment it will just be the 900 that has this new feature. It's the sort of thing you see Ed Sheeran using the looper pedal to bring parts together, and it means that you can perhaps put a chord sequence in and then play over the top with the piano, or use other sounds and play again, or think about changing your controls while you're playing. So the looper is a very clever new feature that at the moment just the 900 will have. So the Genous gives you 6 assignable knobs, and that allows you to go through and change frequencies, part of your EQ. You can change the resonance and the attack and the decay of sounds. So you've got quite a lot of control, and you can have 6 at one time together available to adjust on the panel. Now on the SX900 you only have 2, so you've got a little bit less available to be able to control as you're playing without going into different menus. So the internal memory is 8 gig on the Genous, it's 4 on the SX900, so again bigger memory capacity for the Genous. And you've more outputs too. The sub-outs, which are the auxiliary outs on the Genous, you've got 4 of them, SX900 just 2. So the Genous is renowned for its fantastic drums, the Revo drums. They're drums which give you a different bar sound every time it goes through a sequence. Each bar, each snare drum sound, bass drum sound is going to be slightly different, just because a real drummer doesn't sound exactly the same every time he hits the snare drum. Each of these hits on the skin are going to make a little bit different sound. So they've actually made that part of the variations on the drum kit. So Revo drums on Genous are really, really clever. Now the way they're wording it is that they've derived the new drums on the SX900 from the Revo drum sounds, but it won't give you the same variations that you've had on the Genous. And finally, the sounds of the Genous will be better. The DSP power is far more, and the digital effects built into the sounds, the extra articulation sounds, the super articulation 2 voices, the Revo drums, it overall is a better keyboard. The baby Genous, the SX900, is phenomenal for the price, for the touchscreen, for the speakers. You'll be so impressed with what it does, but I think the Genous will always have a place as the flagship model. So all in all, the Genous is definitely the top keyboard in the range. It's a great instrument with loads of extra features. The SX900 is a great baby brother, and I would welcome you to try it and see for yourself. I hope you found the video useful. Our website epianos.co.uk has links to far more videos, and if you want more help, give us an email or phone us on 0191 257 1666. So we'll be pleased to have a chat and give you more information.